Register today for the Be the Light virtual retreat, February 19th through 21st, 2021. This is a powerful spiritual activation weekend, complete with Reiki attunement, spiritual warfare training, how to access more of your gifts and abilities, and much, much more. Go to www.heartofinspiration.net today to register. That's www.heartofinspiration.net. See you there. Hello, Sagittarius. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration, and I am here at this channel to help you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. Well, Sag, last but not least, right? I love you. I'm finally here for your Mercury Retrograde reading. Now, this is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Mainly, though, for Sagittarius, Sun, and Moon, as all of this activity is really happening in Aquarius. And I feel that we just really need to be looking at it from our personal space, our personal power, our true third dimensional self, which is our sun, right? Our sun sign, our solar plexus, and then from the energy that we're putting into motion. So the emotions, so the moon. So if you're the sun and the moon, a Sagittarius sun or a Sagittarius moon, I believe this is just a me thing. Excuse me. I believe that you'll be more affected by this, or it'll have more of an impact rather than simply on the rising sign, how you show up in the world and how your personality is affected a little bit. It can be there, but I just feel very strongly that this is affecting the sun and the moon. Now, more. Now, we're at the tail end of this, so hopefully all of this is going to tie everything that's been happening during Mercury retrograde in Aquarius to you a little bit better. It's going to make a little bit more sense. And then as we're exiting it on the 20th, Mercury goes stationary direct, then, and kind of then goes back across pretty much every darn planet except for probably Venus and the sun, I believe. Then we'll see where we're supposed to actually launch ourselves back into with thought, intellect, and how we're relating from a logical standpoint with the current energetic climate. And so we got to look at this from a fifth dimensional point of view. Now, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, all of this great activity that's going on in Aquarius is sextiling either your sun or sextiling your moon, or your rising sign. So it's kind of like the cousin. You're at the cousin's house. And the cousin, you get along great with your cousin. That's fabulous. The cousin's going to call you out on your ish, but you're comfortable enough to kind of talk to the cousin about what you're thinking about and how you're feeling and all this jazz. So I say that to say this. This is going to be a time, or this has been, it should be a time where things are moving in the right direction for you. You're really not being held back by much of anything. And again, we got to look at this now, not as a standard Mercury retrograde, but from a 5D perspective. And from that 5D perspective, what do we have? We have fifth dimensional thought, fifth dimensional operation, fifth dimensional energy that is meant to come down and create third dimensional worlds or realities. And in that regard, really, if you begin to look at this in that way, then Mercury in retrograde is not just about like physical thought, but this is really about reviewing from your higher self perspective. What have you been doing? Like, have you the goals and the dreams and the aspirations and the forward thinking, the wanting to move into purpose, and for a lot of us, actually moving very quickly into purpose in 2021 after 2020, right? This is a time to kind of do kind of a quick check and then go forward again. Okay? Pardon me. So Mercury's retrograded past the sun already. Who you are at your core. and how you are relating as an individual to the collective. Are you stepping into your true, authentic individual self as part of the collective? And if you are, great. That's what we want. If you're not and you're still not sure about that, this is kind of that time to review, reflect, and move forward. This is not a Mercury retrograde time to just sit back and relax and be only introspective without putting it into action, because this needs to be activity. It needs to be actual transformative reaction or action being taken. And so your energy needs to be that way. And so then it's come and it's been, Mercury has then been retrograde conjunct to Venus in Aquarius. What do you truly love? What is your true purpose? What really makes your heart sing as an individual, bringing in all of these kind of collective pieces, as it also relates to how you gain things, right? Venus rules Taurus, second house energy. So how are you gaining things? How are you finding balance? Venus also rules Libra. So how are you finding the balance, and are you being just to yourself? Are you executing justice in regard to what you're doing? Is it fulfilling? Is it not? If it's not fulfilling, then this is the moment to say, well, these are the aspects of things that aren't fulfilling. If there are areas of your relationships that are not fulfilling, or if there are people that are you're in relationship with that are not fulfilling, that are toxic, that are not feeding, and they don't have to be toxic to not feed into your purpose. They don't have to be toxic to not be supportive. It can just be that maybe the friendship has run its course. So allow that to happen. Maybe you can't be in close proximity and close relationship with that sibling or that cousin. Maybe you need to take a step back from family for a second because they're not understanding the direction that you're going in on this spiritual journey, and that they don't get it, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you have to completely fall out, but it just means that maybe it's time to take a step back. So what really motivates you, what gets you going, what inspires you, what allows you to inspire others? Sagittarius, Sun, and Moon. And then it goes to Jupiter. And again, I've been saying this for all the signs, but I'll say it for you again. That's your home planet, first of all. It's not anybody else's. It's yours. And that is the great gift giver and the big expander, and it's one of the dreaming planets. So Mercury is asking you, as it goes past and retrogrades, on past, it's saying, hey, wait a minute. Remember all those dreams you came up with at the end of 2020, or maybe in 2019 or 2018? Can we put that in motion right now? Because we need that dream to be executed so that it fulfills your mission as the individual portion of the collective. And only you can do a certain amount of this. You got to do it. And then it goes to Saturn, which Saturn in Aquarius is a lot less restrictive and a lot more, how can we re-engineer our foundation to fit the new building, right? What lessons have we learned through time and the governance thereof? And now here we in a space where we're trying to find a collective governance that still gives the individual freedom. And this is where, you and Aquarius have a very interesting relationship, because you're the great inspirer, right? You and Gemini are like the great motivators. Like, you will get people to do anything. But sometimes you don't inspire yourself. You're so busy inspiring other people that you forget to inspire yourself and to follow your own inspirations. And so this is what all of this Mercury retrograde time is giving us an opportunity to do. So let's look at some tarot. Or I should say some oracle. Now we have over here the Beyond Lemuria oracle deck. And then over here we have the Keepers of the Light oracle deck. So we're going to pull two of each. Okay, can I get this for two cards for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Two cards, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Two cards Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Healing. Well, you know what? I've been getting that. There's a lot of healing that's going on. Who else did I get that for? I got that for Aries. Let me move this so you guys can see it. Healing. I think that there's been, for you all, especially Sagittarian suns and moons, there's been a lot of hurt and pain. Some is self-inflicted, though. You got to recognize that, because, you know, sometimes Sagittarians, you can be real competitive, and this is not, if you're still trying to fight the rat race and you're still trying to win and you feel the need to be so competitive, you're not going to fare well in this new fifth dimensional world, because this is not about the duality of winning or losing. This is about all of us winning, right? The ascension is for all of us to 5D, those that are willing to go. So this isn't about who wins the race. This isn't about who's best. And really stay in that lane of inspiration and heal some of those things that make you so overly competitive sometimes. This is for some Sagittarians. This is for all. So don't take it, you know, that part. Don't take that part to offense, right? But all Sagittarians, I feel like there's just this level of healing, inner healing, that is being afforded to you as you're beginning to see that there's so much more out there, right? The whole new world, right? Seeing all that, and you're realizing that this new world does include you, but it includes you in a very higher self, authentic way. And then we have life force energy. Oh, look at how beautiful that card is. You know, this is like, the more you allow life force, universal life force energy, I'm a Reiki master teacher. The more you allow that universal life force energy in, oh my gosh, the easier the healing is. Like, you're not responsible for this self-healing. You're responsible for allowing that energy in and to flow through you, and then being willing to release all those things that are holding you back. That's your responsibility. Okay, that is your responsibility. Oh, here we go. Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. So some of you have some father issues, some daddy issues that still need to get healed. Some injuries from masculine energies. You'll want to look into that. And then we have green Tara. Oh God. Supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. Wow. Can I tell you, this is the process of healing that we have right here? Forgiveness is huge. You have to forgive the other person and forgive yourself. You have to allow love to flow and life force energy is that creative energy. And very simply put, it's love. Love created all. Love created the worlds. Love created the sun. Love created the sky. Love created the moons. Love created the planets. Love created everything that we're here with. So you're on that right path. And a lot of you know that, but I think some of you have deviated from it. You've gotten very much caught up into some things that needed to happen or that are happening in this world. Or you feel like in this third dimension that you have to do it. And I need you to cut some of those cords of obligation. You're not obligated to as many people as you think you are. And if there are some obligations that are necessary, I need you to still find your space in it. I need you to find your beauty in it. I need you to find within that inner world that level of expansion and ascension, so you can still be completing your mission, and that you can still be being fulfilled. Find your own space within all of this. This is going to afford you some healing. And then the supreme protection, you are protected, cords are being cut. This also goes to healing through life force energy, because the Creator is going to want to do this with you, right? Spirit's going to want to do this with you. Remember that you're protected. Some of you, remember I was talking about there's some people in your life that are not supportive, and they're not assisting. And you got to cut the cords with those people that are not assisting you on your path, that are not healthy for you. It's not necessarily that they're completely toxic, but they just might be toxic to you. And we have to learn the difference, and we have to learn to be okay with it. Okay? But it's important that you continue the healing. And for some of you, I'm really sensing that there's some deep work that there's been some deep hurt and deep trauma that's been put upon you, perhaps by your father, perhaps by a father figure or another male figure in your life. And this is the time, during this time period, where those cords need to be cut and that healing needs to happen. So please, if that's something that needs to happen, work with an energy healer, like myself. If you want to book time, that's great. This is not about me booking time with you, but if you want to do that, there's the link below where you can book some time, but get with someone to help you walk through this and cut these cords and cut this pull to the past so that you can go heal it and go to the future and utilize that, transmute that energy to assist others on their journey. Okay. This is a powerful time. You have a few days left in this Mercury retrograde to kind of review and determine what needs to be healed and begin to move in that direction and make the most of it so that we can begin, 2021, the zodiac year actually starts, at the beginning of Aries. So we're coming up on that very quickly. So as the springtime blooms and blossoms, we want to be in a good position going forward so we can execute the plans that you've already had for the remainder of the year. That's what I have for you right now. Sagittarians, thank you so much for being patient. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And just real quick, I know a lot of you have probably seen over in this corner over here a couple of times something flash across the screen talking about 100 light workers in 100 days. That is the mandate. That's the mantra. That's the goal that has been put upon me, or that I've been encouraged to begin to attain through Light Worker Academy. So Light Worker Academy is open, and our first certification program we're offering is that in spiritual counseling and energy healing. So if that is something you've been wanting to do, there's a great need for spiritual counselors out here right now today. And as more and more people awaken, those skills, no matter what area of light work you're getting into, are really going to be very useful. How all the energy body works, and then different modalities of energy work and energy healing. So if that is something you've been looking for, that is on your radar for this year, I want you to click the link down below. There in the description box, there's a link for you to book a 15-minute call with me so we can discuss enrollment into that certification program. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you very, very much. Namaste. Bye-bye.